wait. Okay, hello guys. Today we're making cubers on straps, and this is part 5, how to make it. So on the part 5, I will teach you how to make your level 13 by 13 by 100. So first we're gonna save as a so we did this, and you know how to play the game, right? You see that? So you press that, and you see that there's our sprite level game, and you see that. So first we're gonna save as a copy, and this is called part 5. So on the part 5 you're gonna use something. So let's do it. And this is gonna be a long video, okay? So first paint a sprite, and I'll call it level 13 by 13 by 100. So we do that. Level 13. We need a, okay, level 13, okay, level 13 by 13 by 100. So first we got to make it. And I remember you don't need an outline. So first we use this. So first we draw a square. So first we draw a square like this. And we draw like this. And keep boomed. Let's try that again, okay? So first let's draw a circle. So first we draw it like this, and make sure it's 89 by 82. Now we're just gonna do this because, and make sure every color that you want, and we got to do some steps. So make sure it's 89 by 82. So I just do that, and I just draw a circle like this. This can be the smiley face. And we can add a costume too. So first we just duplicate this. And we use this and we use this. And we don't need an outline across the top. and make sure it's 200 and make sure it's 200 make sure it's 217 by 34. So let's make it. Let's make it. Let's make it sky. And the eyes are gonna be blue, dark blue. So first let's start coding. But wait, we forgot to do this. So first let's paint a sprite. And call this 100. And make sure it's 72 by 71. So first, when green flag clicked, then hide. So it's gonna hide. Let's make a block, and I'll call it tree. I'll call it tree 100. And we add this, and this one it's called 100. And enter. So when green flag, click to hide 300. So when it does that, then we go to motions and we do this. And let's make him smaller, maybe 60. And let's put the forever loop. Let me try. And it becomes it. You see that? Also make this to 90. Then we put the tree 100 right there. You also need to make this 90. So first, when green flag clicked, so first let's do, when I receive no, then we have to go to looks and we have to hide. And let's name a new message. I'll call it yes. So yes. So when I receive no, that means we have to hide, but when I receive yes, that means we have to show. Let's see if that works. Okay. Wait, didn't I set the show? Wait, didn't I set the show? Oh yeah, I forgot the show. So there's no show. So when green flag, click then forever loop, and we go to this one and wait 0.0 seconds. Wait, we're just gonna do 0.1 seconds. So first, let's not put the forever loop. So first, when green flag, click, wait 0.1 seconds, then let it show. Let's see. Yeah, it did it. Here, let's do a. Here, let's do a. Let's do a when space key pressed it, and we also need to duplicate this. So now let's do we don't need this. So first, so let's do it. Then we go to sensing, then set drag mode to draggable. Then forever loop. Let's see if that worked. Maybe we don't need that. And in our menu, let's do the forever loop, okay? Let's see if that worked now. No, it didn't. Maybe we don't need a stop all. Actually, we need a stop all. We don't need the forever loop. So stop all. Let's see if that worked. And it worked, you see. And it drags. You see that? And yeah, let's paint a sprite, okay? And I'll call it sensing. 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 Now we got the sensing. So we will zoom in until we get there. So let's make it. So first when I hold shift, it goes like this. But when I don't hold shift, it goes like a oval. But when I hold shift, it goes like there's a nice circle. And make sure it's 33 by 32. So let's write let's write sensing. Let's make it smaller. And make sure it is 32, and make sure it's 34 by 32. So first, and we have to do this. So we go to sensing, and we don't need a stop all sound. Let's make him bigger, maybe 200. Oh, that's too big. Maybe 150. Let's keep him right here. Let's only, okay, maybe. So first let's do it. So when it does that, hide. And let's make a costume too, okay? So that when you click on it, it becomes costume too. Let's do it. And make sure every color that you want. So first we come to bitmap, then we choose this field, and I choose this, then come forward to vector, and I have it, you see, and also make this to 0 and 0. And so I'll just copy and paste. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 100, okay? And make sure, and let's do it. So first, let's do it. So first, we're just gonna use this sensing. And on the dark mode, we have to change it to light mode. So first, let's do it. Let's keep it right here. So if touching mouse pointer, switch costume to costume. And you see that? So let's start adding by a one green flag clicked. Switch costume to costume 2. And we want it to go to 0 and 0. Let's see if that worked. But when it does it to costume 1, then go to the switch costume to costume 1. Like this. We don't need this. And we're gonna make the close button. So we will zoom in until we get there. So I'll just copy and paste. Then I need to change it to something else. Let's call it close button. close button. Now the close button. But wait, we need 2 T's. So that the close button can fit on there. We need to put it right there. So let's start. So first, let's do it. We want this to show up. Close button, hide. And make sure this is costume 1. Let's see if that worked. So, go to sensing. Maybe let's add a costume. And make sure it's 33 by 32. So let's add a costume 2. So I'll just copy and paste. Let's make it smaller. Like this. So I'll switch costume to hide. Let's see if that worked. No, it didn't. It didn't do that. Maybe because we need to hide this. Maybe we just duplicate this. And we want it to do this, copy and paste. Now we got that. And also do this. So copy and paste. Let's make it bigger. So let's do it. Now let's see if it works. Let's do a one green flag. Click it. Switch costume to costume 2. And we need to duplicate this. Let's see if that works. So and we also need to hide the costume too. Let's see if that worked. It needs to be closed. Let's start. So we go to sensing and wait, it's not working. Maybe we need to duplicate this and hide. Let it hide. Let's see that. But it needs to be costume 2. So let it show. So let's see. No, it didn't. It needs it. Maybe hide costume 2. Let's see if that worked. No, it didn't. We don't need that. Maybe let's try that again. So let's do it. So maybe when this sprite clicked, let's see. But this needs to show. I'll just copy and go to Little Kitten and paste. Okay, Control C, Control V, sensing 2. So we just delete that guy. So maybe we'll just delete that guy. Also make this to 0 and 0. And we wanted to do this. So let's see if that works. This needs to show. Okay, duplicate, send. Let's see if that works. So we add this. It has to be costume 2. Now let's see if that worked. So we start the green flag. And let's see. And we press like this. It has to be costume 1. So on the close button, we don't have a costume 2, right? So, and let it show. So now let's see if that worked. So we use this and we use this and we, oh wait, it didn't work. So on this one, we have to do it, but it's not working. So we're just adding a green flag. We don't need it. How about this? We don't need it. So let's go to our backdrops. So one green flag. So first, when backdrop switches to the backdrop deep, then we have to go to looks and then we switch backdrop to the next backdrop. Then let's put the forever. So on the backdrop, deep. So let's do it. So first of what we have to do in our close button, we have to do this. But needs to do it. So let's do it. And you see that? We need to hide our sensing, but it has to be costume 1. So, and we're gonna make the hash light green light, hash light, phone light. So this is gonna be dark mode. So dark mode. So we need to change the mode, that's why. Dark mode. So we got to change the mode. So we will zoom in until we get there. So we touch this, and I do like this. And make sure it's, so let's do it. So let's do it. So let's draw a circle. Let's draw a circle. And make sure it's 49 by 19. So let's do it. So this is gonna be the dark mode. See, when it's dark mode, wait, this is gonna be light mode, okay? So light mode. We don't need the E. So we got to change the mode. That's why. So when it's reset mode, when it's auto mode, it is green, but when it's dark mode, it has to be red. So let's call it auto mode. Auto. Is that how you spell auto? No, that's not. Okay, auto. So let's do auto mode. See, when it's auto mode, it needs to be light mode. It needs to be green, but when it's dark mode, it has to be red. So we change it to greenish, maybe 42, maybe like this. Let's blue. And make sure it's 45 by 17. See, if you set the wrong circle, it's game over for you. So when green flag, click then hide. So let's do it. Then when green flag, click then we got to change the mode. Let's do it when the sprite clicked. If touching mouse pointer. So auto mode, and I'll call it. And so when it's Yope, so let's do so mode. So let's change it to up mode. So when it's up mode, it's green light, but when it's dark mode, it's red light. So we just duplicate this. And change this to dark. Now dark mode. So now it's red light now. So switch costume to dark mode. Let's see if that works. Wait, didn't I set the show? Oh yeah, I forgot the show. So there's no show. So we're just start adding by a when green flag clicked, wait 0.0 seconds. Then we got to let it show. So let's see that. And it shows, you see. Now it's red light. So let's do when green flag, click the switch costume to up mode. Let's see. And it's dark mode. And you see that? And it's dark mode. And if you want to change it, you need to duplicate this and let it up mode. Let's see if that works. So maybe we don't need that. So when it's dark mode, then duplicate the backdrop. And this is called backdrop dark. So if you want to change the mode, you just use this. And we just use this. So if you want to do that, you have to change it to dark mode. So this is dark mode. And also this one, it's dark mode. And we're gonna say dark mode. Dark 2. So when it's dark mode, then when green flag, clicked it. Then so first we need to, when backdrop switches to the backdrop dark mode, then we go to auto mode. Then we have to when space key is pressed. And yeah, let's name it when I receive block. And I'll call it dark mode. I'll call it dark mode. Now dark mode. So we need to change the mode. So when it's dark mode, then broadcasted no. And let's make a new block. I'll call it change the mode. So change the mode. And enter. So we put the block right there. Now let's go to our block. So first what we have to do, we go to here, switch costume to the up mode. Then forever loop, switch costume to the dark mode. Let's see if that worked. It has to be costume 1. Sensing. So we have to do a waypoint. It has to be costume 1. So we start the green flag. Great, I forgot to press the play button. So we need to change the light mode. So first choose a backdrop. Okay, which backdrop? So on the dark mode, let's spell dark mode. Oh, I think they don't have one. So when it's this, let's go to space. We need to go to space. Then we choose this one. Then come into a vector. Then so let's not do that. So we use this and make sure every color that you want. I want black, and we use outline filled. Come to Vector, change the mode. Come and change the mode. So we need to do this because we just need to do this. So that's why. Now it's dark mode. So we go to code, then we set ghost effect to 45%. We know 0. Then we put the reset timer. So first let's do it. Make sure it's light mode, upload. And let's paint a sprite. And I'll call this music. So on the music, we have to do this. So and also make this to 0 and 0. And we got to change this. So let's make our music. So I use this and I use this. So in our music, you have to paste, do paste, do paste. And still hold shift, copy, paste. Then we use this. So let's delete those. So in our music we have to do a sound. Then we pick a sound, maybe a loop. So let's do it. So let's do it. So let's do this. So it's that one. Okay. So let's. Okay. So it's that one. That's our music. So it's this one. So let's do it. So when green flag, click the forever loop. The next costume. Let's see if that worked. But make sure wait 0.1 second. So, and then play the sound. Then let's do a when green flag, click the forever loop, play this sound. Okay. So let's do it. And we got to hide this sprite. So when green flag, click hide. Then stop all sounds. Let's see if that works. We don't need a music, okay? So make sure it's, so let's do it. And let's add a sound to this, okay? Maybe this one. Let's not do that, okay? Let's do another sound, maybe loops. Let's go to here. Let's do another one. Let's go to here. Maybe loops. Let's do this one. Okay, let's do. Let's do. So let's not play this sound. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you in the part 6, and on the part 6 I will teach you how to make the gameplay. So bye right now.